Hey guys, Fat Man the Beard here. Finally got my nerd block in. Yeah, it's a little behind. I don't, nerd block. So we're gonna do nerd block really quick. I've also got 2 more videos to do tonight. We got the unboxing from Mr. Tony the Dead to do. I'm gonna do that one tonight. And my second part to my June horror movie pickup video. So there'll be 2 more videos: a horror movie haul video and Tony's. We did a trade. Me and Tony did a trade. So those 2 will also be up tonight, sporadically. Trying to get some stuff done. So let's get into this. Already cut nerd block. This month's theme was Britain. Yeah, Britain. Britain. You guys ever watch Little Britain? Great show. The only thing I'm worried about this is I have a feeling, there's not Britain. I was like, I don't know. I do know there's a Mr. Bean thing in here. I was like, I have a feeling that, anything Mr. Bean. I mean, I liked Mr. Bean. I wasn't a huge fan of Mr. Bean. I was a bigger fan of Blackadder and Fawlty Towers. Of course, the IT Crowd, which is a great show. I love all things Britain. I spent some time in London and traveling all over Oxford, and I went up to Scotland, and me and my brother did, and we traveled around and spent some time in Ireland and things like that. So I'm pretty familiar with British stuff. I was kind of excited about this, but then I got to thinking about it. I have a feeling. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just crack into this. This item right away I know is Mr. Bean. I can tell. There's 2 Mr. Bean items in here. And this is kind of what I figured that would happen, is they would rely very heavily on Mr. Bean items. Or Doctor Who, and there is a Doctor Who item in there as well. Now Doctor Who is kind of a weird thing, because we tried to watch Doctor Who, and then we couldn't get into it. And then we had some friends who said, hey, watch this certain episode, and it was called, I believe it's, anyway, I can't remember the name of the episode, but it's where they go back in the past and they deal with helping Van Gogh. And that's kind of what turned us on. So we did watch, we have watched some seasons of Doctor Who. We're not huge fans of Doctor Who, but we have watched it. This is the little plushy teddy bear from Mr. Bean. He has a little teddy bear. It looks just like this on the show. It's kind of cool. It's a bean. It's got beans like a all those things from the 90s. Beanie Babies. It kind of has that feel to it. This isn't something I would keep. It's cool if you're a huge Mr. Bean fan. This would be awesome, and this will obviously be up for trade. So if somebody is interested in getting this, let me know. We'll work out a trade. Just because I don't collect plushies really. I mean, I do have the Gremlins one. I did have the Batman plushie that was in a farther back one, but that's actually, I just traded that off for some pops actually. So this will be up for trade. Not really a big fan of that. Here's the Doctor Who item. And this is another Titan figure. I believe this is the 10th or 11th Doctor. Does it say? It just says nerd block. Oh, okay, so you could have gotten, they had the 10th and the 11th Doctor, and then you could have gotten the Weeping Angel or the TARDIS. I'm not sure which Doctor this is. It just says nerd block exclusive. Is this the 9th Doctor? I don't know, he's got glasses and a suit. I think this is the 9th. Or maybe this is the 10th Doctor, but this is the special, like, Nerd Block edition, because it's got, yeah. Yeah, this is the Nerd Block edition with the glasses on. Or wait, maybe I'm on the back. Anyway, I don't know. The TARDIS would have been the cool. If it had been the TARDIS, I probably would have kept it. But this will also. There's something in there. Anyway, this will also be up for trade as well, guys. It's a shirt. I'll save the shirt for last because there's some other items in here. This is the other Mr. Bean item. It is a bendable Mr. Bean. This will probably also be up for trade as well. Yeah, this will be up for trade. Like I said, had this been related to other Britain type things or British television shows, I probably would have been more attached to it. But like I said, I liked Bean, but I'm not a huge fan of Bean. The first movie that they did, I did like that one. I did like the TV show, but I think Rowan Atkinson is a much better speaking. It does a much better job speaking parts. Blackadder is some of his best work. If you haven't seen Blackadder, it's all on Netflix and it's brilliant. Except for the last season. The last season wasn't so great, but the first three are just brilliant. So yeah, anyway, there's two more items in here. We've got a Monty Python. These are those little word magnet things. So these are all phrases from, or words from the Monty Python. You can put them on your fridge and rearrange them. I'll keep this. This is pretty cool. I'm sure the girlfriend will like this. So that's pretty cool. Monty Python magnets. And then there is a print. Yep, and this is a Doctor Who print as well. That's pretty cool. I like it. Not going to keep it. This will probably be for trade as well if somebody's really interested in this. Yeah. Here's the shirt. I do know this. I do know what this is in reference to. This is in reference to a show on the BBC America called Sherlock. It's okay. I do know that I don't watch Sherlock, but I do know that this is a reference to Sherlock. I will probably keep the shirt. Yeah, I'll probably keep this shirt. I think the problem here with this nerd block is the people that are subscribing to nerd block. So here, let me start. Here's the problem with this is nerd block comes out of Canada. Canada has a very heavy British influence there, and so I think the people receiving nerd block in Canada or the UK, this block is going to be really great. I think for people in America, I think Sherlock hasn't reached that height of where it can be a pop culture type thing. I think this will be a very what the hell type moment when people get this, because this isn't. I don't know that Sherlock has caught on big enough yet, and I think that's going to be a problem with this. And I think this is just in general this nerd block, with the exception of maybe the Doctor Who items. The two Mr. Bean items I don't think will be well received, just because it's a generation thing. I think the movies, I think maybe some people will be familiar with the movies, but the TV show, I think you're going to miss a large audience on that one. The Monty Python thing, I think, is just one of those, like, even if you don't know the movies or the reference, it's just a magnet set with words. You can do it as you please. I think the only redeeming quality in this is kind of the Doctor Who Titan figure. The shirt, like I said, it's not a bad shirt necessarily. But like I said, I think had this been more integrated into pop culture, I think that it would be more well received. But my guess is this month's nerd block will not be well received. Like last month, the anime. After I kind of evaluated it, it was like, oh man, this was a really bad nerd block. So nerd block has been. I think they really tried with this one. Don't get me wrong. I think this was a really great effort to change it up a bit. But I think their item choices were a little esoteric. I think. I think the redeeming quality of the box is the vinyl figure, the Doctor Who vinyl figure. I think that will go over really well. Obviously Doctor Who has a big following, but all the rest of this I don't think is going to go over very well. So that's nerd block, guys. I know Horror Block's coming out in the next week or so. I do know there's a Scream item, and I know, and a Cthulhu item. And I saw the monster block, you know, when they give the big block away. In there, I did see that it showed they were giving away a Scream pop vinyl, a Cthulhu pop vinyl. So my guess is one or the other. We're getting either a Cthulhu pop or a Scream pop. Just so it's up and out there, if it is a Cthulhu pop, that will definitely be up for trade. If it's the Scream pop, I will be keeping it. But I would imagine one of the two pops will be in there, is my guess. So that's it, guys. That's Nerd Block for the month. Not the best, not the worst, but you know, we'll see what happens next month. I think I saw something about, they had a little thing email about next month. So I was pretty stoked about July's, but I can't remember what it is. So if I remember, guys, I'll let you know. But yeah, 2 more videos coming at you tonight, guys. See you later.